speaking of risk
Speak of
assets, as these markets are turning more bullish, there is the short squeezes kind of back on. So I feel like people at this point are probably old enough to be nostalgic for the whole GameStop short squeeze that was like led by the Roaring Kitty or Deep Fucking Value back in that was back in like 2020.
It was like let's look at the chart. 2021.
Yeah.
The beginning of 2021.
Yeah, we had a big short squeeze there. So this was a huge like social event on on the internet that really rallied retail investors to participate in a short squeeze at a pretty massive scale, much larger than had previously been like seen, I would say, in the retail crowd at least. Like short squeezes aren't anything new, but short squeezes led by retail was kind of like the big narrative change during the first GameStop squeeze. And you can see here that big blue like trend line there very recently broke. Our trading buddy is printing bull, is flipping to green, and it's looking like we're getting ripe for a squeeze right as we're also feeling maybe a little nostalgic for that insanity again.
Yeah, because like he did come back on Twitter right
that's
when
true. Yeah, that's so the user who was kind of like the champion behind all the rallying cries for the retail investors. His screen name is Roaring Kitty. And so
on Twitter.
he recently became active again after like 3 years or something of inactivity. And
basically, and it's funny, like it coincides with us like watching the chart too, because like you can see like basically our indicator, like the last time around, this was in 2020, it had printed signal bull, and then the bands had flipped green in 2020 to go match the bull's signal, and that's before the takeoff. You know what I mean?
1,000% before the top.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if you like mark it from here all the way to 18,000%. Okay. Yeah, 18,000%.
Insane.
You know, that would have been your like profit. So I mean, and then of course it went into a bear signal with the red band, and then it was in this downtrend, and then this was like the trend line. Yeah, for 3 years, and then it just broke the trend line, but also our indicator like signal bull.
Yeah.
And now the bands have also changed color to match the print. So we have a green band.
And look at that huge candle wick there too. There's absolutely still an appetite, I would say, especially within the retail crowd, for this kind of play. Like people are very much interested in participating in this, and there is a sense of community behind all the memes, like apes together strong. It's fun, and it binds the retail crowd together in a way that just other trading does not. So this is a really fun kind of thing to see out again. So GameStop absolutely kind of coming back onto the scene here, not just on the chart side of things, but also on the social media side with like, the rallying cry leader kind of back in action. And then very clearly when he started going live again, and those, like, I mean, you look at that wick, like that huge candle,
and this is the monthly too, and it's like the price is closed above it's not closed, we still have like a month ago,
we got a big,
but like
it does,
but
look
the price is above the band right now.
It definitely shot up on the monthly right after breaking the trend line too.
Exactly. And if this also flips if we get a bull signal on the monthly with the weekly, then it just means that we're definitely gonna like see it pump to God knows what. Like I hope we get like something close to what we had last time, because that was what, like 18,000% or whatever.
I think,
how many X's is that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what is that? 1,800 X.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bag. I bought
well.
right here, so I'm massively up already.
I bought there, and then I sold some during that spike. And then on the way back down, I bought some. So I'm still like, I'm back in, and I'm like pretty much break even from my rebuy. But the first buy, I think I made like 130% or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
which
same here.
Which there's no reason why within one of these short squeezes, there's no reason why you can't see that type of insanity happen again. Even though maybe there isn't quite as much short interest outstanding at the moment, there absolutely still is a lot of short interest. And the interest rates go up very quickly. And to be kind of blunt about, the fail safes and the way that the short squeeze affected like hedge funds and, non-retail investors in the space, nothing was changed about that in the wake of the squeeze the first time. Sure, they called people into Congress. We talked, we asked them questions, they answered, and that was it. Like nothing changed, no laws were made,
rules
nothing was amended. So there's no reason why that can't play out exactly the same way again. And that also means, keep your wits about you. Maybe be aware that the game does change when the markets start to move. They can turn off the trading or your access to making orders, and that happened in the past too. So
so we always advise like to risk manage. You know what I mean? I understand this is a short squeeze, but we're looking at it from a chart perspective, and we always trade the chart. So once we start seeing that the trend flips or the chart looks stopped, like we take profit. And otherwise you're just gambling, and that's what it is. And then it's fine to do that, but just know that you're gambling and not really trading or investing.
And with the short squeezes, especially with GameStop, I think it's okay to like participate in it as a gamble. Like that's how I consider the position I have now. It's definitely not like that's not my whole investment portfolio. I'm going to ape it all into GameStop. It's like, no, the small amount that I have for high risk positions, this is the moment I like to expose those positions to stuff like GameStop